Oh, good afternoon. So, I saw this right here. I never watched this movie. This is actually a book or a movie, Under the Dome. And when I looked at this image, it reminded me of the double halo that's right underneath us. You know that the symbols, the pictorials, these images, like you see below, they have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. They've even been depicted in ancient, books and stuff like that. You may say, Gina, what do you mean ancient? Well, maybe in the 1700s and stuff like that. They may have even been even longer than that. But I thought, after I saw this one over here of the light on the side of the dome in this movie, it reminded me of this one because we all have seen the sun halos and the lights on each side. And I got to thinking, well, it's strange. What if there's little domes all over the place, okay? You got this one sun, you got two suns, three suns, four suns, five suns, no matter where you're at. How can the one big sun be the only sun? I often do think that. I really think that. How can the sun that I see in the sky where I'm at um, be having the same clouds and everything? Because you're not going to have the same weather across the United States. You're not. It's all not going to be sunny with certain cloud formations because it's all different. But yet, you have this one sun that travels, it comes up from the east and then sometimes southeast, goes all the way over to the west, and sometimes, I don't know where it ends at over on the west. All I know is they cover it up. But this has really got me thinking with this light, right. I'm gonna stick myself in the corner. Yeah, you belong in the corner, Gina. Right down there you are. That light on the edge, and then the light here, and then the light over there. And if I'm talking to myself, that's okay. It won't be the first time. It will not be the first time that I talk to myself, and it will not be the last, I guarantee it. So let's look at this book. Perhaps you all have seen it. Perhaps you have not seen it. Perhaps you can hear me. I'm going to look, you all. I think it's something worth looking into because then you'll get into the theory of the you-know-what earth, the flat earth, and not the round earth, the global thing. Yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious. Someone said that, and someone told me once, talking about there's no way we could live on a round earth. And this person said, well, your eyeball is round. Do you see like that? When you look around, do you see something like that? Something with the eyeball, and I forget how I forget how that was put. They used the description of your eyeball is round, but yet you're able to see all the way around. I don't know, you all. Yes, hello there, Ralph Thomas, honey. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being on here, Ruthie. Let's look at this, you all, because there is something to it. There is. Hello, Susan B, honey. You all see we got everybody on here. Look at that. Let's see you. Yes, we got it. Yes, a bowling ball and stuff. Yes, I don't want to go in a corner because I will push the corner. I'll tear down the corner. I will. I'll somehow get through the corner. But Under the Dome, if you haven't seen that movie, I haven't seen the movie. But really look at this. Look how they depict. We have to get over to the screen, Gina, so we can see it. Look how they depict the bright light. And see, the dome would be something that was really clear. And also in the Hunger Games has a dome. The Hunger Games dome that they break through. I think they're giving us little clues about the dome. They got to bust through the dome. See, it's the arch in the sky again. It's the same ring. Why did they use this right here? They're giving us clues. See that? They're giving us clues. It's being depicted again right here, just like it's being depicted in the one right here. Is this halo that appears to be a sun halo just, I don't know. I don't even know, you all. It's just, it's kind of wild after seeing that. It really is. It is really wild. Why did they do that right there? Perfect circle. Perfect. Who would win if if Under the Dome became the Hunger Games? Why is that even being talked about? And then look over here. The Ultimate Biodome Survival Hunger Games Map. An upside down world. So now what's going on with this, you all? I didn't know this. Let's count the levels. Is there 7? Because we know who lives 7 levels down. We know it's the Draconians, the Reptilians, all of that. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, look at that. The survival, and they've already got 7 layers in the ground. A honeycomb hideout. 7 layers in the ground. It's really interesting that they would depict something like that underground, even though they kind of flipped it upside down. Here's another image of it. Looked like somebody screenshotted it. It's a video game, Hunger Game thing. Right there. We got the biodome. What's this? Did anybody watch this? The movie DB 2.9? I don't even know what it would have been about. Have no idea. The DB29. They are angels in the halo of all the rainbows. See, what's that? Is it like, I don't even know what that would be right there. Movie DB2. It's Resident Evil has a biodome. Let's go to Resident Evil. Resident Evil biodome. Resident. Can I get my fingers on the right key? Resident Evil. Did you say biodome? Let me get it. Are we going to pick up all? Okay, or you just meant dome. Resident Evil dome. Let's see if it's got a dome in the Resident Evil. Yeah, they got a dome right there. Resident Evil. Oh my gosh, that does look evil. The dome. Under the Dome. On the Wiki fandom. You are that it. Hey. That's how they could have their 3 days of darkness. They can make the dome completely black. Right? If you wanted the 3 days of darkness, it would be completely black. Wow, we got to investigate this, you all. So the dome is a massive invisible field that encapsulates Chester's meal. It appeared without warning, and it caused a massive damage to whatever occupied the space that it would take, including severing the arm of a woman. Okay. The dome interferes with radio communication. It cuts off passages. Radio communication gets scrambled. They lost the telephone, television, internet cables. Goods that normally would enter it from the outside are unavailable, resulting in a resource crisis and shortages. We got that going on right now, you all. We got shortages. We got a lot of interference happening with this dome stuff right now, if you think about it. And the radio transmissions at times, we get scrambled radio transmissions from the solar flares that come. We do. Electrical objects under the dome are erratically, if not, they're damaged. They're damaged, you all. This sounds really strange. The dome is roughly, let's see how high this dome is. Am I talking too loud, you all? Can you hear me? Am I talking too loud? I don't want to talk too loud. Yeah. Your grandmother, did she really, Angelica? Your grandmother said the dome was black? Like the Estelle Aquarium? Or whatever it is? Oh, I'm a little bit too loud, you all. Alzilia Garu. Okay. 100% too loud. Okay. All right. I'm getting myself excited. I really am. This is exciting. So let's think about this. 20,000 feet in height which would lead us to believe that it would be about 40,000 feet in diameter. So what's the highest a plane flies? The planes fly at an altitude. Planes fly, I got to get my microphone out. I need to get my microphone to come down from the ceiling. Planes fly at a height of whatever, so many feet. Let me see how many high feet do they fly. 42,000 feet. How high do planes fly according to USA Today? 33,000 and 42,000 feet. 31,000, 38,000 feet. 40,000 feet. 40,000, 36, 40,000. So they ain't going to go over 40,000, 40 something, 42,000 feet. Okay, let me get this out. I'm going to look at this, you all. Oh, you're so very welcome, Alien. I want to say alien, but I'll just say, is it really alien? Alien or alien? You're very welcome. Let's get this. Over here, the dome appears, oh, this is really neat. Have you heard this? Have you heard the thunder? Can the thunder, isn't there a song about the thunder? Well, the thunder rolled and the lightning strike, but no, can you feel the thunder? I heard yesterday, or the day before, when we had the thunderstorm, maybe it was yesterday morning, it sounded like great big cymbals coming together. Hello there, William. It did. It sounded like cymbals coming together, just like that. And if you hear things like that, because in here, the dome is completely invisible at daylight, and it may have some slight refractive and reflective properties viewed at a distance or at night. It's smooth to the touch like glass, smooth as crystal. It's rough enough for microscopic. Oh, materials leaving a visible mark such as black. So somebody's mother said, look, Moab, mother of all, you know what, explosive yield of 11 tons is what can knock it out. A Moab, I guess. So they got the dome. It's a black dome. No, that wasn't the black dome. Let's get over here. Right there. So someone said, the grandmother said the dome was black. That's right. The Phoenix Book Files. You all put your information in here because there's something to this, because we've got this reflection on here of the halo around the sun. It just so happens to match on one side the reflection of that book or movie, The Dome, which I did not watch, but I did watch Aeon Flux, where the people were being recycled. They had this big old Hindenburg-looking blimp in the sky, which we talked about the Hindenburg yesterday, the Hindenburg blimp. Hindenburg blimp in the sky. Okay, we talked about that yesterday, which is right there. That was up in the sky. And right there. And on Aeon Flux, they had Flux. I watched that movie 2 times. I just want to see some pictures of it. They had something in the sky, and I was trying to look for the dome, but I couldn't. But somehow they break out of this place because it's recycling the people. They're coming back. They're being reborn over and over with the same, I don't know, looks or something like that, you all. But I can't find the blimp that's up there in the sky. But you know what I'm talking about. This is a good movie if you want to look at it. And the blimp and the blimp. Let me see if I get it in the sky, you all. Nah, I can't find it. Okay, this was the guy that was responsible. There it is, right there. Right there, this thing up there in the sky would take the people's DNA is what they were doing. The agony, yeah, they take the people's DNA, and they wouldn't let people get pregnant the normal way. When they found out somebody really was able, they took them away, and that was the end of them. But if you wanted to have a baby, you had to let the controllers know, and then they sent the message to the person up here, and they were in tubes or something. He did something, and somehow the people get reborn into another couple, and they're the same thing, and their memory is erased. But this guy was like responsible for it right there. He was the one responsible for doing it, and they blew that thing out of the sky. I'm getting hot. Getting a hot flash, you all. I gotta get my shoes off. The black dome. They were talking about this. Hello, everyone. Um, yeah, so they did that with their structures. What was we supposed to be looking at, you all? I've already forgot on here. Somebody told me to look at something. Oh, Resident Evil's dome. That's what we're in. The dome of Resident Evil. Well, I see some scary looking things right there with big gas masks and things. All right, how we doing over here? People are having theories, but they're not a true theory. Lots of people have theories. There's nothing wrong with having a theory because each person is right. Let me tell you something about this. Okay. Let me tell you about this. Can I tell you about this? Let me read you the thing. Okay. The first to state his case seems right until someone else comes forward and cross-examines. It's in the Proverbs, right there. That's right. The one who states his case first seems right until someone else comes in and examines him. So in a lawsuit, the first to speak seems right until somebody else comes forward and cross-examines. So, yeah. So we can all sit there and think that we're right until somebody else comes along and then boom. Just like that. Okay, that's your Bible scripture for the day. It's in the Bible. Each person seems right and then boom. That's it. We got it. We do got it, you all. So I think I've got this stuck on a loop again, but we're talking about, do we live under a dome? And we really could live under some type of a dome because we got those snow globes. We do got snow globes. Do I have a dome in here or something? We got snow globes that you have little people in. Why did they have to do that? Okay, I got it. Yeah, we got this going. We got it. So we got the domes. We had Resident Evil. And we got these. I don't even know what that is. I don't. What if the dome is water? Could you? It's like in Atlantis. Atlantis had a dome around it, right? The lost city of Atlantis. Atlantis had a dome of something around it. Yeah. A thing of whatever. It looked like a snow globe. What if there is? There's supposed to be land beyond the ice thing. William, honey. Wow, thank you, William. Atlantis had a thing around under the water. They had a big old globe. It's like that. And the water couldn't come through. Yeah, the water above. So let's look at this, you all, because there's something here. We got the black globe. Look at the Hunger Games. They got this right here. The black globe. Why did your grandmother? Ah, thank you, William. I will. Why did your grandmother say that there was a dome and that would be the 3 days of darkness? That could literally, if you had this over you, something like that, they could turn everything dark. But just imagine, the Resident Evil had it. Could you imagine if there were like domes like that all over certain spots of the United States and all over certain spots of the world to where we see something like that? Could that be? We live in a biosphere. Okay, let's look at the biosphere, you all. We're going to look at it. I couldn't find the dome in Resident Evil. A biosphere. Biosphere dome. Well, this is kind of gross. Look like nematodes. This kind of looks like a nematodes things, like a creature. It doesn't look too pleasant right there. The biosphere is hiding. There's a subterranean biosphere hiding in Earth's crust. Do they mean a globe? The world's largest, oh, wow, look, inside the biosphere too, the world's largest Earth science experiment. The biosphere, National Geographic. Okay, let's see what you got to say. Is made up of the parts of Earth where life exists. Well, no, that's aquatic life and stuff. Is what it is. We got this. It look like parasites and you don't want it. Oh, okay, so they got this. And let's see all the images of the biosphere on Earth right here. So if we're stuck in something like that, really, and it does. Let's look at this flat. The atmosphere, the biosphere, the hemisphere. Oh, Colvin. What if we already had the 3 days with or without natural sunlight? It could, I don't know. A football? Do we have a football, Earth? Are we a ship? Is Earth a ship? So we're looking at this right here. What is this? What is MUV turns the surface into touch screens? Is this thing a movie, you all? I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'm getting myself distracted. I'm supposed to be thinking of the dome. The dome that's around, and you can't get out unless you break it. You have to break through the dome. And Stephen King. Oh, wow. Stephen King, you all. This is interesting. Did you know he had a book called... No. What's his book called? Under the Dome. Stephen King, Under the Dome novel. Let me type it in. Stephen King, Under the Dome. Stephen, why did he write that? King, Under the Dome book. Let's look at it. Under the Dome. See if we can pull something up with his images. Okay, he's even got it too. He's even got the light reflecting off of his also. But he didn't write that, did you? Did he write it? Are they making... This was a book originally by Stephen King. Okay, I guess it is. I never read his stuff. Look, oh my, he looks kind of... Don't look in his eyes, you all. Okay, I'm going to cover his eyes up. Just don't look in them. I can't cover his eyes, but don't look in his eyes because it's kind of like, you know. Yeah. His eyes are very whatever. So we got that. Then we got this. Then we got all these reflections right here of the sun. Look at all these different things that show up. All the reflections. And upon seeing these right here, upon looking at these, you all think about it. If you were to like look at a snow globe, depending on where the light was shining through, wouldn't it cause like different types of arcs depending on which angle the light was coming in at to outline it or something, somehow reflect on it? Yeah, the horizon, you get the people out of here. Then look at this thing, shoots right up. And then we got a double rainbow. Dispersion of the rainbow and prism's fundamental heat. Look at that. So why would it be a double rainbow? They have lots of descriptions. This kind of looks twisted to the side. How can that be? That's off. That's way off. This is way off. This right here really does. It looks like there's probably the outline of a dome. And what if there is? What if there is, like, in the distance when you see that? It's part of the dome. If hypothetically speaking, let me say that, hypothetically speaking, part of a dome being reflected. Really. If it is, if there is, no, it's not a sundog. See, they want to call it a sundog, but it looks like a dome. It looks like under the dome. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that. I mean, I could envision it. I really could. I can envision it with the double lights because it's been seen for a long, long, long time. 95 degrees here. Ronnie, honey, that is hot. G.R. Cleve, it reminds me of Grover Cleveland. Saying that they almost... Let's read Shalonda King's comment. Shalonda said, in a speech, I remember Hillary Clinton saying they almost broke through the firmament, aka dome. But yes, even in the Bible, it mentions us being under a dome. Hello, Nierka, honey. Under a dome, you all. We're going into the thing. So, and look at that mess. Look at that mess in Germany, in Hesse, Germany. And then look over there on the side. You got two, they called it a sundog. Right over here above my head, right there. But it's part of the ark. Why would they spray the sky so much unless they're lacking the ability to hide something in that sky? Because this is not airline traffic from commercial airliners or anything like that. That's something else going on. And you've got this thing over here on the side. What else do they got? They got that right there, like a double halo. See that? Oh, look at that. That looks really ancient. It does look ancient. Look at this in the center. Here's some more ancient things depicting these rings. So there is something to all of this. It's not just like make-believe or anything like that. Let's get back to the under the dome right there. They got it under the dome. Shauna Hicks, that's exactly right. You are. Now let's just mosey on over there to see about it. It's a flat earth dome theory. We'll just, for whatever purpose, we'll just say it's a theory, okay? Just for whatever purposes. I think we've done a video on this before. We really have. Oh, look at this. The flat earth thing, and God made the firmament. Now here's what the biblical thing says. It references it. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. Genesis 1:7. There's that number 1:7. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. Wow. A molten looking glass in the book of Job. And the stars of the heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken by a mighty wind. And he set the earth on its foundation so that it should never be moved, in the book of Psalms. Okay, so we got that. You can have a nice little pretty thing of a snow globe. Wow, that would have to be really massive if there was like a dome on the earth. And look, it's got like a needle on it. It kind of reminds me of a compass. When you have a compass in your hand, it's round and you have the needle that spins around. The only thing's missing is the big bubble on the compass, really, but that would have to be massive, really, really massive. But then they say Earth is a lot different than what we're told, if one was to think about it. Okay, this is like this. You can see, boom, you didn't fall off when Christopher Columbus or anyone else, they didn't fall off the Earth. They thought they were going to fall over the edge. They really did. What if Earth is like this? A 3D model. And oh, wow, that is really cool looking, you all. Look at that. Isn't that neat looking? You got water and it's just floating around up there in space. It's floating around like the floating cities and stuff and kingdoms in video games. What if it's something like that? I really do like that. It looks nice. It does look pretty cool looking. I hope we're not in a video game. Look at this. Thousands believe the madcap theory that the world is really a dome. It's madcap. But then if it's, well, they only got one dome here, so they got to do it right, you all. But this is, oh, look at that depiction like that. It's floating. See it? So we got these different types of theories. Just like that. You got a dome over you. Oh, look at this. You see that? Look at that image, how it does like that. And then over here, it kind of looks like this too. Can I get this thing off of here? Yeah, it kind of does look like that. So let me close this out, you all. So this all came from a book. Now look at this. This is the Hebrew universe. Waters above the firmament. We got the window, we got the firmament. We got the windows. He opened up the windows. You got Sheol, which is you know what. And then you got the great deep. The above diagram represents a cross-section of the universe. Of the ancient Hebrews imagined it. As they imagined it, the world was round and flat, supported on pillars. According to Job 9:6, Samuel, Psalms. Over it stretched the great solid dome of the firmament, held up by the mountain pillars. And above the firmament and under the earth was the water divided by God at creation. And the floods came up from the great deep below the earth, and the rain came through the windows in the firmament. And the sun and the moon and the stars moved across, or were fixed in the firmament. Within the earth lay Sheol, the realm of the dead. Now, the stars, if we go over here to, let's go over here to this right here. What do you want to go to, Gina? I want to go over to, I can't go over to it. I don't know how to get there. But anyhow, you got over to the NASA products, and if you watched on a fast thing, the stars, they go up in the sky at an arch, and they just like follow just like that up in the air. And they go from that one side all the way over like clockwork. Their stays fixed, but it's always in an arch like that is what it's always in. But we're looking at this book, Under the Dome, right here. You had a dream you was floating above with your aura, and the alien and the Schumann resonance vibration was in your ears and throughout your body. Yeah. So we do see this at times. We see this right here. We see the reflection under the dome. You see, where was this at, you all? How on earth what happened to my one thing? I wanted to close this out. If I, sun halo. I want to put in the sun halos. Halo. Okay. I wanted to get the images of the sun halos right here. Right here. You can see them. And they depict something bright, just like in the book. Look at, I wonder if these people could see it. They could see that. Look at them standing there looking at that. What a sight to see. If you're sitting there skiing and you're looking up in the sky and you're seeing this, you know that something is wrong. That is not a normal. That is not a normal as far as your eye can see. There's something there blocking the vision right there really clearly. Something in the distance is blocking something, even though they can see the lights on both sides. But there's something back there that's creating that. It looks so fake. It really does look fake. Fake from what we know, and I shouldn't say the word fake, but it looks really odd. Really, really odd. Somebody felt the need to... It looked like a portal to another dimension. That's what it said, a portal to another dimension. We can look at this. The sun halo looks like a portal. 2018, it really did. What if it is another dimension? What if this is the veil, and the veil is being ripped, and we're being allowed to look through the veil, because the veil will be ripped down one day, and we're going to see it all. In Sweden last month retreated to an otherworldly sun halo. See, they admitted it, otherworldly, as they hit the slopes. What happened to the sun is it looked like the sun is being viewed through a giant lens. See, they're telling us the sun is being viewed through a giant lens. And in the featured video, there are actually millions of tiny lenses, ice crystals. Water may freeze in the atmosphere. into small, flat, fixed, six-sided ice crystals. Six-sided ice crystals that flutter to the ground. An observer may find themselves in the same plane as many of the falling ice crystals in the near sunset. And during an alignment, each crystal can act like a miniature lens reflecting the lights, and it just created a phenomenon like paraphilia, parahelia, the technical term for sundogs, you also know. It's visible in the center is the most direct image of the sun. Two bright sundogs glow. I don't know if I want to watch it, because what if it has music in it? This visual is good enough. It's good enough, you all. Right there. You can see the visual. Right there. So under the dome, it very well could be some truth to it, really. Otherwise, why would they even write a book like that? Under the dome. All of this stuff right here. You see all these images. I wanted to shrink it down. I did. And it's invisible. You can't really see it. But the moon. Have you noticed the moon? Sometimes the moon comes up on time, and then sometimes it don't even show up. When it showed up on time one night, you think the very next night you want to go outside and you want to look at that moon and the sky is clear, but that moon is nowhere in sight. It's probably not till around 3 or 4 hours later, then it starts rising up in the sky like it does. I'm supposed to be looking at that, and I don't even know if it's over there. Okay, look at this. Review of Under the Dome. Right there. They did a review of it. And the black dome. There was someone on here who said their grandmother told us that we live under a black dome. And it would make sense, because you would have darkness. They could literally, if the technology was there, you could cover the whole world in darkness. You could. And I guess you could allow the light to penetrate it. And or maybe you could just bust through it. They can't bust through it, you all. Hello there, Rich the Prophet. Yeah. Southern Belle. The moon is doing just that. That's right. Southern Belle, we did a video the other day that someone had speculated that CERN could also be used as a weapon to literally do what you just said. They didn't say break through the dome, but they kind of speculated it could be used to shoot at I don't know, the sun, the moon, or a I don't know, supernova, something like that coming. But it could. What if it could be used to break through the dome? What if that's their greatest aspirations, is to bust straight through the veil? Because if they can do that, well, I guess something could come through. I don't know. Janine, Mama Bear, you don't believe in baby Earth or Baal? Tartaria buildings were here in the 1700 and 1800 in the Great Flood. Would you also? This is really important to think about it, because I never seen this before. Why would they have this? Curtains. Did anyone ever watch that? Look, why would they call Star Wars the Old Republic? Do you think that this is what we're witnessing right now? We're getting ready to see the end of the Old Republic, the changing of the guards or something. I mean, I don't know what that means, but still, that's what I call a blackout right there. He calls it a blackout, you all. Well, it kind of makes sense. They could even do something above to keep the communications. I don't know. I have no idea. The systematic destruction of the old guard. Thank you, Libby. Because that kind of makes sense. It does. There is a blackout that occurs in this movie. It causes the town to slip into a religious panic. They go into a religious panic. Let's see. They got to adapt to the situation. The reveal of the dome people There's somebody called the Dome People, you all. Pink stars. Purple rain. Would that be purple rain? Something about an egg. You all, did anybody watch that? I'm sure there's something to that movie. But the book, Under the Dome. That's it. That's it. Here's some more visuals. This looks kind of weird right there. Their worst fears. Look at that. Their worst fears under the dome. Wallpaper. I'm getting hungry. I really am. This is neat. And could rainbows be, the rainbows are in the dome shape. They really are. Look at that. So the rainbows are in the shape of a dome. They are. When it rains, you'll look in the sky and you'll see one end of the rainbow. First, you'll see both ends, and it's probably the light reflecting off the glass of the dome. Really think about it, because you can. If you look, even if I look at the edge of my glasses, and if you had glasses, you look at the edge, you can see like the light spectrum right there. All those rainbow colors, it could be just like that. Gina, we can't even see what you're saying because you're sitting there with the screen on you. So really think about that, you all. So the edges of this dome, if it's that's how the rainbow looks. It's perfect like that. And what if when we see another dome, another like a double rainbow, you think it's another dome? Domes get put in places all of a sudden. Invisible domes with technology. Of course, there is a thing that God put a rainbow in the sky. It's a sign of his promise that he'll never flood the earth again. When I first got married to my husband, I wasn't first married. Where was I living at when Hawaii. My husband had never heard that before, that the rainbow was the symbol of Noah's, whatever, the earth got flooded. He said, I never heard that before. I said, you've got to be kidding me. No, I never heard that before. Okay, that was the symbol. But then look at this right here. Yeah. Just like that. You think it will float again. It could. It could. I wouldn't say it. G.R. Cleve, I was kind of shocked. I really was. But that's okay. I've had many shocking things that I've heard throughout my life. I have, and it's all right. It is quite all right. Look at this one right here. Under the dome. Oh, that's in Spanish. I can't read it. Descarga, under the dome. Yeah. It is really neat looking. Look, they made it white. Is this what happened in the movie? They were able to make it white also? The white skies? Because we see the skies get white. G.R. Cleve, I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know. I have not inquired on it. He knows now. Yeah. You saw a copper-colored planet, Starbound. Atlantis, we were drowned if we went there, if we were there. So there, they got a white dome, they got a black dome, and under the dome, the final recap season. It was a series, and people loved to watch it. They loved it. And that was the first I heard of it. They got a little butterfly right there. Logan's Run. Is Logan's Run under the dome? Let's check it out. Logan's Run and a dome. Yeah, why don't the moon spin or rotate? Oh, beyond the dome, a critical analysis. Was that? Look at that. City of Domes. Is that what somebody said? Wow. Now that's, I could maybe, yeah. I could maybe think that. If it was City of Domes, how would we be able to travel from state to state unless the passageways, but you can get through Are we going through portals or something like that? How would you get through? You're going through one thing and another. That is something to try to wrap your mind around, that thought. If it was the City of the Domes with Logan's Run movie, never heard that. Okay, look at this one. Beyond the Immediate, Logan's Run. Do you think that's happened? That is really wild. It's so wild to even think that. It really is. Okay, Elizabeth, honey, we're going to highlight your comment. Elizabeth says, I mentioned something about Obama saying one day we may see us get past the Van Allen belts, and that comment is gone now. All right. Got it. We got it. The stars are the floor, the heavens. Yes, tidal lock. Is that another one too? Tidal lock. Let's look up tidal lock. Tidal, is that a movie? Tidal lock dome. Gina, no. That's not a movie. Yeah, we already did under the thing. We did the Hunger Games. We did the Hunger Games, and we got Logan's Run right here with the dome. There's too many coincidences. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, this is how they're doing that city. Lady Clinton said that one day we're going to crack the highest ceiling in the sky. Clinton, crack the highest city in the sky. I'm going to see if that's going to pull it up. Boom. Oh, let's see. Although we were not able to shatter that highest and hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it has 18 million cracks in it, and the light is shining through like never before, filling us all with the hope and the sure knowledge that the path will be easier next time, and we're going to keep working to make it so. Today, keep with me and stand with me. Well, she said it. It could have very well been cryptic. It could have been very cryptic. Very cryptic. Oh, you are we going to see it? Let's hear her. She rowdied the audience. Oh, should I do it? Should I, let me do this. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put this over here. Let me come over here. I am going to make sure all of this is muted. I'm going to mute myself and see if I can hear anything coming from this video. I want to hear Hillary Clinton saying that. I can't play it because it's got music in it and I'll get myself in trouble, but she said it, so let's see it. What an incredible thing. I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in the glass ceiling yet. So part-time feminists, the glass ceiling concept. Okay, you all. So it's a concept. Of course, we all want to break through that glass ceiling. We do. But really. Oh, look. A floating city appears in the sky after a heavy hailstorm. Right there, you can see it. Okay. And how come there was? What if there really was a floating city in the sky? Yeah. Could have been. Quite possibly. You all, let me get back here. So, we've got it. We've got it, you all. We're under the dome. We're the Under the Dome book, and I think that's about, I think we better close it because I'm going into 50 minutes. So I'm going to be ending this video. This is a really interesting subject because we have the halos around the sun and points of light at both sides, like in the Under the Dome. They made sure they put that light there. I think it's a little bitty clues that are being put there. And what if there are like individual domes all over the place, like in the movies? Big domes, small domes, and if so, how are you going to go through Logan's Run? Go through one dome into another dome. How could you, unless they like cut off the traffic to everywhere and you stay in your own location? Can they put an invisible dome over us? Could they? They probably could. They could probably put some kind of force field in the near future to keep us all like in there. That's right. We got it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, that's right. The Thunderdome, you all, is what we got going on. So let me put me down here, you all. So I'm going to say it. So thank you for watching. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your comments. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. It's 6:23. We're going to have a story time with Gina tonight at 8:30 p.m. every night, regardless. I'll make sure it happens if it's within my power. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and